Did Lance have to go through cancer to become Lance Armstrong and have that success? I know there were physical things that had happened as well.
Yeah, I think the one thing here that, Lance is a very philosophical guy, and he's a bit radioactive in terms of how he's received by people, And so with that, the one thing that I can say about him is that he would never expect people to do more than he would do 10 times over. But I would also say that, on the cancer side of it, when you faced something so potentially lethal to you, it changes how you look at life because, a couple things that he said that I think are worth repeating, like pain is temporary, but quitting is forever, or when you get a second chance, you go all the way. I get that from his context, but I felt that at his physical best, that when you face something so bad, like you just imagine you got cancer in your brain, 15 golf ball size metastasis, cancer's in your lungs, you've got it in your abdomen, you got a testicle the size of a lemon. I mean, to give yourself odds of survival, that's pretty generous, quite honestly. And to say that on the other side of that, I never felt that Lance thought that maybe the pain that he was experiencing on a bicycle. I mean, bicycle racing is all about pain. It's how much pain can you endure, how long. I mean, that's really what it's about. But I feel like most of us as humans, we will barter with ourselves on how much effort we'll put for what the perceived return gain might be. So there's always a bartering. I'll give 100% of myself if you give me 90% chance of X, right? But I don't think Lance ever looked at it like that because he looked at, in my opinion, he looked at pain not as the adversary or the foe, but as a reminder that he was still alive. And I feel like that was a privilege to be able to experience it because I don't know anybody that would experience it in that way. So in a certain sense, like every breath after the recovery from a very difficult prognosis that was generous at best, it changes how you look at life in a very permanent way that you can't understand unless you've lived that type of experience.
Would he have needed to have been involved in a domain like cycling and the Tour de France? Like could he have been just as successful, say, in the corporate world if that was his domain that he chose?
Well, I think we all have a natural gravity towards those things that we're best at, whether it's the locker room or boardroom. I don't think that it really matters. What does matter is did we show up and be of service to our highest calling and where our assets would provide us with the highest quality of life, but also serve as an example to other people what's possible. So, knowing Lance and his competitiveness, his physical assets, all the things, it seemed like a very logical thing, and I think the results proved to be the case, and I don't think any of us should swim upstream and do something that we're not particularly adept at or we don't have a passion for.